Child, Calvin trying to get y'all to come back. He said 30 minutes or 30 years. And I'm not talking about McDonald's Calvin. I'm talking about this Calvin. Anyways, he was on Ero's show and he was talking about the infamous crypto ball. And, Ebro was like, you had to have known the water was going to be hot. So you knew this. And he was like, mm-hmm. And it was a whole lot of, conflicting statements through that. And like I said, take it if you want to watch it, cool. If you don't, basically, you can catch some clips and be caught up. Anyways, he talks about how his friend David Sachs, head of the crypto or whatever, comes to him and was just like, hey, bro, I got this opportunity at the White House. And he was like, got some very important people. He was like that are willing, to help with your initiatives that you're trying to do for the community and the hood. Always got to throw the hood in there, right? And then he was just like, all we need is like 30 minutes. And he was like, we got a bag for you and we got a bag for the hood. Right? Well, here's the thing. He's trying to say that, this is what it was. It wasn't like he was out there supporting him and all other stuff. And that he was, basically just trying to do this to further his community initiative. Here's our problem with that, Snoop. Because, many of us wouldn't have seen this anyway if it wasn't for another creator that, said that this interview would happen. Because many of us have blocked him on social media platforms because we're like, yo, are you fucking for real? 30 minutes or 30 years. You blew up 30 years in 30 minutes. And the fact of the matter is, after this happened, let's not forget how you posted all that shit and you was 10 toes down in it. And you stood on it, and that was fine. We absolutely want you to stand on your decisions, your position, whatever the case may be. But before all of this, you talked about all types of jigaboos and everything else that was gonna be tap dancing for him and whatnot. And lo and behold, who it is. And then you made it so Elanya was able to say everybody got a price. So you sold out the hood for what? Because here's the thing. I've always praised Snoop on like the fact that everybody, he like Nick Cannon, everybody owed this man a check. Because like Snoop had affirmation for kids. He was, the football thing. And I mean, he was literally got his hand in every fucking thing. You did not need the money. And here's the thing. If that was your homeboy, because I'm going to tell you like this. My friends know what I'm going to do and what I'm not going to do. If you come to me with some bullshit... I'm just going to go ahead and be like, oh, what's up, girl? You don't want me my friend no more? That's fine. But I'm not getting ready to compromise my integrity. And here's my thing. If it was really trying to further your initiatives, you would have came out and said that shit early on and been like, yo, listen. And I feel like I can speak for a lot of people. Like, if he would have been honest and was like, I was just trying to get a bag. All right. Can't be mad at you for that or whatever. All money ain't good money. But again, if you just trying to do XYZ, whoop-de-whoop with your money, cool. But the fact that you sat here and tried to gaslight us like we didn't see what we saw, and that, you had big money, cash money talk, like, hell, you had a whole song talking about F this motherfucker. Like people are tired of supporting artists. And then they get to a certain part of their career and they forget how they got there. Because you forget murder was the case. And we supported you through that. Hell, all of us cheered when, you beat that shit. And all the different things that you have done over the years. And then you go and do something for someone who does not even feel like you should be able to attain the wealth or the position that you have gotten to. Or even people like you, or even people who look like you. Look what he's doing to the community that, you came from. Look at how he talks about the community of which you've come from. And you want to sit here and, look sad. And you weren't sad when you was doing all them puffins and all the other things after the fact, talking about this shit didn't bother you. So go back to being unbothered. Because if you're unbothered, you're not going to talk about it. It's just going to be what it is. But it seems to me them numbers ain't numbering like you thought they would. And all the initiatives that they said that they were going to do, they're not. They needed you to be that safe space to try to bring more black people over so they could continue with the foolishness and fuckery. And you fucked around and you found out.